Cancer, consider this read part 1 for you with your eclipse season predictions. I will get one out to you down the road that's more in depth, but right now your energy is coming in real hot, and so the download is a bit more pressing and sort of a to be continued moment, so stay tuned. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, or loaded 4th house. How you doing? I am here to give you an eclipse season wild card predictions read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we're looking at what's coming in for you this eclipse season, the influences of which we will be feeling all the way until October 14th. So we're having quite a span of time here to integrate these energies in play, and we're seeing what's coming in for you. When I was tapping into your energy, Cancer, I felt like just a real sense of like discombobulation. That's the best way I can describe it. Having a hard time bringing things together in the right way, or maybe what you think is the right way. Maybe you had a set idea in mind when you took an action back there somewhere. Maybe you're realizing that this action wasn't thought out thoroughly. Maybe the action was taken in the heat of the moment, or rather impulsively. Maybe in some way you felt pressured to take an action. You didn't get time to really sit with it. You didn't get time to really think it out. You didn't get a chance to really feel out how it would play out in the long term. You're starting to see some of the results of that action play out in your life now. It's a mixed bag. It's mixed results. Some of it is appealing to you. Some of it you could do without, all right? I feel like you're trying to bring things together. You're coming up against resistance. Maybe you feel like you're sorting through a mess, and you're trying to figure things out. For some of you, this is happening on the home front. It's related to your security. It's related to your finances. For others of you, it's happening in a serious, committed relationship. It's happening in a love relationship, one where you've actually pooled your finances, your resources together. You've been building together. You're a family. You're each other's family, even if it's just the two of you. You're all you got. You've really leaned on each other a lot. You built a certain life with each other. Somebody made a move that didn't really consider the long-term ramifications. This could have been impulsively. This could have been stepping out on the connection, stepping out on the relationship, acting in self-interest, behaving as if one was single when one is actually very committed. This could be in relation to a marriage, okay? This could be trying to decide, should I stay or should I go? Big questions. For some of you, your hand is forced. You don't have a choice. You have no other choice. If you're going to really be true to yourself, if you're going to be true to your heart, you're going to have to go. That's complicated. It's messy. You don't know how to bring it together. You feel like there's certain things that you're missing, certain things that you're lacking to pull this thing out of this mire, this mire it's in. It feels like a quagmire, there's question marks here. You are looking for a new beginning with the Ace of Diamonds. It's coming up in the light. I feel like your new beginning is coming. Your new beginning is coming this spring, all right? But there's something here you need to pay attention to with the 7 of Clubs coming up in reverse and also in the shadow, all right? It's sort of like these new beginnings you're wanting to have happen in your life, the success that you're wanting to see come through for you. A lot of it has to do with, in some way, you getting a different view. I feel like getting a different view would be good for you, getting some space from the situation, maybe even by getting some breathing room, maybe creating a little space of separation where you're having difficulty hammering things out with others, difficulty hammering things out in relationship, maybe going on your own vacation, separate vacations, solo vacations. having an opportunity to get some space to yourself, to just drop into your own energy, feel what you're feeling without the distraction of the other, without being concerned with another. I feel like there's been so much stirred up that it's hard to kind of separate what's yours from what belongs to other people. You know, I do feel like there's a little bit of a divine reroute going on right now with the Joker coming up in reverse, okay, in the light. I think you got the wrong view of a person, or you got the wrong view of a situation, or somebody isn't seeing you correctly. Maybe somebody is suspicious, you know, suspicious that somebody is doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Maybe they're suspicious that somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing because they themselves are guilty of what they're suspecting the other person of. That's why they're looking for it, because they have a guilty conscience. They need to come up and out with it. This could be a problem that you've been dealing with a lot in your relationship. You could have been dealing with one party accusing the other of cheating. This could be because that person that's doing the accusing is actually the one that's cheating. They have a guilty conscience, so they're kind of like also looking for an excuse to justify their behaviors, justify the actions they took back there, all right? We do see as well with the 9 of Hearts in reverse coming up in the shadows, somebody wishes that they wouldn't have wished for what they wished for. This is like, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. The wish wasn't all it was cracked up to be. You kind of now realize that you've gotten yourself into a position that's not as desirable as you thought it would be. Some of this is due to actually exploring other options, realizing that you would feel more fulfilled if you were on your own, if you could really pursue what would gratify you. I feel like for somebody in this situation that is you know, conflicted, there's this piece of wanting some kind of personal gratification. It's coming up in the shadow, and so I feel like there's some kind of overindulgence in something here. Maybe an overindulgence that went a little too far. Like, I almost got this piece about like entertaining the idea, like it started out innocent enough. Maybe having a connection with somebody that, you know, you have a weakness for, hearing this person out, even though every time you've held space for this person in the past, it's led you down a garden path. You create space for this person, and then the next thing you know, you've caught the feels again. You know, you have desires, you want those desires fulfilled, and it's sort of like one thing led to another. As soon as it snowballed and it was kind of out of control and unable to be contained. This might be in relation to a fire sign energy. We got King of Clubs coming up here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also see we got a King of Diamonds energy coming up here too, okay? Also in the shadow, that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? There could be somebody with strong earth and fire in their chart. 808 on the clock. When I said that, lets me know I'm on the right track. You know, that's an angel number that's all about being on the right track, taking the right steps, taking the right actions. I'm giving you a little clue here about what you need to watch out for. You got Queen of Clubs here, okay, coming up in the light, fire sign energy. So we see we got some masculine energy here moving a little bit out of pocket. Could be in relation to a Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs could be somebody you're dealing with. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You may suspect this person has multiple parties, multiple options. They're not telling you the whole story. I think you would be right about that with the 4 of Hearts coming up in the shadow. Could be that this person is staying stuck in a commitment, in a situation, because they want that security, all right? But they are finding their desires are being met elsewhere. they're getting the wand elsewhere. Their passions are driving them elsewhere. I believe you're dealing with some kind of third-party dynamic here with the Three of Diamonds. And this is disrupting a home situation. It's causing misalignment, okay, with the Four of Clubs coming up in the shadow. We also see separation here as a result coming up in the shadow. This really brings forward that message I had, okay? Two of Hearts coming up in the shadow. And right after that, Nine of Clubs coming up in the shadow. All right, this is like defenses up. It's a burden. 10 of Clubs coming up in the shadow. I feel like somebody really hurt somebody who was true in this situation. Somebody has been acting out of self-interest, and this could apply also in a business situation. Absolutely. All right, I do see that does factor into this situation. Somebody is really focused on their security. It's almost like it gives me the impression of having like a secure relationship or a committed relationship as sort of like a beard. You know, it's sort of like it's the outer presentation, but it's not what's really going on behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, things are a little messy. Behind closed doors, there's disruption around finances. Behind closed doors, somebody is spending a whole lot of money. They're not explaining where the money's going. Or you're not getting money that is due you in any kind of business arrangement or in some kind of past relationship where there was a commitment. This could be anything from child support to alimony. You know, the payment's not forthcoming. What was agreed upon is not being upheld, okay? I do see you in the light here with your energy. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water sign energy here. Very much in the heart, leading from the heart, being truthful. But I see here, it looks like there's some feminine that is not operating on that same level with the Queen of Hearts coming up in the shadow here. This is an emotionally manipulative energy. Again, water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pick what side you're on, all right? It's half and half. There might be behaviors that need to be transformed. This could also be a man that is having a lot of trouble really coming from the heart space, expressing emotions because they're afraid of the reaction they're going to get from their partner, okay? There is something going on with the money for sure in this situation, though, with the Queen of Diamonds coming up in the shadow. Again, earth sign energy coming up in the shadow, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone is, you know, doing something manipulative around money, maybe even using emotional manipulation in order to have a certain kind of financial security or to sort of like work somebody for their money, this piece in play. We also have a King of Clubs here coming up in the light, okay? That is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all right? So what I see here is that there's a lot of different players in the mix, and I feel like there's almost like multiple couples involved in this situation. That's what I got. In cases of business arrangements, it's like multiple factions forming in what was supposed to be a cooperative effort. With all these different factions, whether it's playing out in your life in a romantic way or whether it's playing out on a business level, there's this piece of, there's a need to sort of like get some perspective, you know, pull your energy back a little bit. This is also stalemate energy. It's when there's so many other people involved in a situation. There's like too many cooks in the kitchen. It's become totally convoluted. It's almost like go to your own corner for a while, okay? Sit and think about your part in this, and then we can come back together and we can hash this out when you're ready to actually deal with this situation. I feel like there's been a certain level of immaturity in this situation. It's all about a lack of communication in this situation. There's something that needs to be ironed out here, okay? If there's going to be growth in this situation, if people are going to work together, all right? Because there's too much that's been hidden here. I see that. This hidden card is also in reverse. So I do believe something's going to come to light, all right? Something's going to come to light about there's been multiple parties working together here. Somebody has been out of the loop, and because they've been out of the loop, this has really blocked their progress. It's kept them feeling very stuck, all right? Very stuck in this situation.